as safeties prepare for this particular opponent?
It's really just paying attention to details. With the type of offense that they run, it's really just you got to focus on your key, having real good eye discipline. That's what we really been focusing on this week, just having good eye discipline.
You said after the game Saturday that you guys have taken some time in fall, and the adjustment will not be that quick for the short week. Has it been pretty seamless this week trying to prepare?
Oh yeah, we looked pretty good out there. Our first day out there, it was a little rusty, just knowing that we had just played 3 other teams before them, and not really going over their game plan every day. But after that first day, yesterday we had a pretty good day.
You've had a look at them. This is your 4th year. How is it going for Van, this being his real first chance at playing Georgia Tech?
He's actually taking it on pretty good. My first 2 years, it was definitely hard for me, but he seems to be grabbing it pretty good. He's just one of those guys who has a good instinct for the game. He just has a natural instinct just to fit in really any kind of scheme. So he's taking it on pretty good.
Can you describe the challenge for you personally in this game? Because their quarterback play seems to get a lot better with their ability to stretch the ball down the field than it has in years past with an experienced quarterback like they have. That pressure to you back there.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said earlier, it's really just focusing on our key. As long as we focus on our keys, we'll be in the right place at the right time. And their quarterback, he's a pretty good player. He has the ability to extend plays with his running, and he looks downfield the whole time. He has great vision. But if we just stick to what we know and do what we know what we can do, I think we'll be pretty fine.
You talk about your interception on Saturday and how good it feels to already have 2 of those.
Oh yeah, it feels good, man. But it was just all coaching, really. Just me taking a game plan from Coach V, and actually we ran that play a few times in practice. The little pop pass that they run, because we saw that they ran that a lot. So I really picked it off like 4 times in practice. So I was already expecting to do that, and it really happened.
How do you guys embrace the Thursday night stage? I mean, it's a quick turnaround, not a lot of time to get ready, but you guys embrace this moment to go in front of the national audience, prove yourself on that type of stage?
Personally speaking, for me, it really don't make no difference what day we play. Whatever day they tell us to play, whatever time, we just go out there and play. I don't really think it affects us in any kind of negative ways. If anything, it affects a lot of players positively, because a lot of players, they're ready for the big stage. And 8 o'clock Thursday, everybody's watching us. I feel like our guys are just ready for that.
When Georgia Tech's running that offense, it's so rare to see nowadays. They're out there in that game atmosphere. You see it coming along. Is it jarring at times to see it in an actual game-like atmosphere? You guys been trying for it so well in years past, and now that you feel as though you're prepared every time?
It's always different once you get to the game, because the scouts can't really give you as good as a look as they do, even with just the small things like their cut blocks. The scouts, they don't practice that every day. That's something that Georgia Tech does every day. So with us going against the scouts, going against their cut blocks, and then getting in the game and actually going against Georgia Tech's cut blocks is actually a little different. And even just with the small things like just reading their mannerisms, it's all different. So, I mean, once we get to the game, I feel like maybe the first few plays we'll have to actually get adjusted to how it really looks. But then, that's where film study comes in real big too, just watching the film, looking at the plays in practice and then comparing it to what they really do. So I feel like that'll help us a lot.
You had a great game at Auburn, but maybe your only big mistake was that one play that you were trying to help out and run support and got burnt deep. How much of a learning experience was that for you, especially going into a team like Georgia Tech?
That was a big learning experience for me, and I'm happy that it happened then, because that's something that I could learn from at the time in the situation. As soon as it happened, Coach Sweeney, he came right off the sideline telling me what I needed to do, and I'm just glad it happened earlier than later in the season. So now that I got that out of the way, I'm a guy who likes to learn from my mistakes. And once I make a mistake, I try my hardest. I give 110% not to make the same mistake again. So I'm glad it happened earlier. I'm not glad, that it happened, because nobody wants to get burnt deep. But now that it's happened, I can move on from there.
We know that Lane for instance, a defensive lineman or linebacker, what's different about playing Georgia Tech? But what's different for a safety to play Georgia Tech?
It's different because we have more of a run responsibility. You know, just because they run the ball so much, you know, we're not really just cover guys out there anymore. We actually have to fit in the box like a linebacker, you know, set the edge like a linebacker. So it's really just adding a whole nother element to your game that you don't really have to take into every game.
Can you talk about a little bit what it was like having Coach Venables? I'm sure he's done it before, but playing quarterback this week or the scout team, were you tempted to tackle after some of the throws?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's been a couple of times where I just wanted to take him off his feet, man. But, you know, I actually like when he gets that quarterback because he makes it a little more intense, you know. Because if he complete a ball on you, he ain't going to let it down. He going to get on you the whole time. You let me complete the ball on you, I can only imagine what he going to do to you. So, you know, it just brings an extra edge to practice. You know, I hear a lot of the players saying, oh, he ain't finna complete no pass on me. And, you know, I'm the same way. If Coach V throwing the ball in there, I will not let anybody catch that ball. I will not. And I just think that's a good thing for us going into the game. You know, we've been practicing all week, not letting people catch the balls on us in practice because, you know, sometimes we might have a few practices where, you know, we don't really go as hard when it comes to deflecting balls down the scout team. You know, we take a lot of mental reps. And I call them mental reps just because you just want to make sure you're in the right spot. You don't always try to make a competitive play on the ball because it's practice. But when Coach V gets in his little competitive stage and he's trying to complete balls, you know, he brings that extra edge out of us.
So have you ever given up a pass to Coach V throughout your career?
Yeah, I gave up a couple, man, but it only took a few. I never let it happen again.